I have to get something. Hold on.
Always look in the eyes.
Mm.
Always.
When she's standing in the corner of the room,
The way she moves with the vase.
I wish Nikki would love me.
She is standing in the middle of the living room.
The one who was actually obsessed was not really Nikki.
And he just kept telling her, okay, more. More.
Moral of the story, boys. People do get obsessed, and it leads to something really traumatic for everyone.
Jesus.
My God. Seriously. Hold on.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Always look in the eyes. Always.
And why is that? You look in the eyes, why?
Because if you don't, it's 7 years of bad sex. And you don't want that. We already have pandemics, wars. No.
Right. What are we talking about? Okay, so we should disclose what we're talking about. We're talking about the movie Obsession. Obsession. Made on a budget of under $1 million by a YouTuber, and it's about to make almost 200 million.
That's
on
what I
the
heard.
box office.
They're aiming for 200 right now.
It's amazing.
And it came out, like 2 weeks ago? Something like that? 26th of May, at least here. I don't know about...
Right. Yeah, it hasn't been long. And the word of mouth has been crazy. To be honest with you, when I saw the trailer, because what we do is we try to see what new movies are coming out. We watch the trailer, see if it actually is good, and go watch it. When we saw the trailer, I kid you not, I did not know it is from a first-time director, and that to a YouTuber. The trailer was cut perfectly. There was enough mystery to capture you and to bring you into the theaters. Of course, we were looking out for a good horror movie / thriller to go watch in the theaters. And the trailer did that.
The trailer did that. The premise of the show did that. I think sometimes
show?
in the trailer...
Premise of the show?
Sorry, premise of the movie. It can be a show as well.
See, she can make that mistake and just do a cute smile, and that's it. But it's not even a mistake. Okay, baby, yeah, you were saying?
So the premise of the... Sometimes trailers, I feel, are just for the shock effect. They will just show you, like... If it's a horror movie, it will just show you the bloody scenes. If it's whatever... It wouldn't tell you exactly the snippet of the story. This trailer did. But without, again, revealing, of course, the full thing.
That's why it was cut so well.
Exactly.
Sometimes, you watch the trailer, and so many times it has happened that we would look at each other and say, the whole story is being told. Yeah. The movie there's no benefit in going to the theaters and watching the movie for 1.5 hours because the trailer just shows everything. But in this, they did show the main aspects of what the movie would be about. Like they talk about the One Wish Willow. They talk about the guy and his obsession, like not obsession, but him wanting this girl in his life.
Yes.
But everything else was kept so properly hidden that it is a shocker when you go to the theaters.
Plus, the cast is not that fairly known,
yes,
let's say. So you're not also distracted by, it's a famous person in the movie.
Right.
So you can really focus on the story. Just before we fully dig in, if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch the episode because we will be talking about a couple of points.
Spoiler alert!
So don't say we didn't warn you. But yeah, I also didn't know who Curry Barker is. I don't even know what he does on YouTube.
Yeah, he is not in our periphery of the kind of content that we like to watch on YouTube. but he is a YouTuber. You know, a number of such YouTubers are making. By the way, Backrooms is also made by a YouTuber.
I heard.
Like, and it's amazing. I love it. I love it. If there's a fresh perspective out there of telling stories, good stories, right? Why not? And the studios are not losing out on a lot, right? 700 something, $800,000 for Obsession, and then raking in 200 million. Yeah.
The theaters here are still full.
Yeah. Oh.
We barely found the seats for this. We are seeing it for the second time, and it's already 2 weeks that since has been released here in Dubai. And we know how Dubai is. Whenever something comes out, people are running to see it, to buy it, whatever it is. There were still full seats.
Baby, can I? Okay, so when I was looking for, so out of the blue, right? We think about going for a movie yesterday because we were getting bored as hell, and we were looking for a good movie to watch.
Because summer has arrived in Dubai.
Oh, and summer is
sizzling.
Summer is a sizzling.
It's a sizzling.
So yeah, we like to go for movies over the weekend, and we were like, F it, you know, let's just go for Obsession again. And I kid you not, baby. I went through the whole list of all the theaters we usually go to for the movies, and we go to Walks, and Walks has an amazing experience when you go for the movies there. I went through each and every theater, right?
Hey,
the
you're
listing
telling
in
me.
each and every theater. I looked at Gold, Premier, Standard. Everything was sold out. At least the good seats. Only the front row, the front 2 rows were still empty, but most of the seats were gone. And then I was like, you know, the last time we went, it wasn't the best experience, but because there was a lot of people in the theater, they were talking and chirping in my ear. I hate it. You can ask my wife the number of times I have had either confrontations or had to go to the manager to ask that certain someone in the theater
and then I start getting massive anxiety when he gets like that.
But it's basic etiquettes when you're watching a movie in a public environment, and they say that in the beginning of the show as well. There are disclaimers there, you know, put off your phones, do not talk during the movie, etc., but no. People have to be people, right? And spoil the experience for others. Anywho, moving on. So then I went to the down the list, and then in City Center Diera, I found the Gold show. And I was like, might as well, you know? It will be fairly empty because there are lesser seats. No, there are lesser seats.
True, yeah.
Right?
It's a much smaller theater.
Sorry, not fairly empty. There won't be a lot of people because there are lesser seats. And I think the best decision ever.
I will say there was very small division. There was a small group of Filipino people to the left from where we were sitting. And this one woman, lady, I could not tell her age. Usually I get also annoyed when people are too expressive in their reactions, especially during a horror movie. But hers, I actually found endearing. She was sitting next to a guy, I don't know if it was a friend or a partner, but she was genuinely scared.
Yeah.
Like she was hiding behind him.
I saw that.
But she wasn't screaming out of her lungs to draw attention.
No, but you know...
But she powered through it, huh?
Yes.
She stayed.
So the first time she screamed, I was like, she's exaggerating.
Another one.
No, she's exaggerating. Clearly, she's exaggerating. She's not that scared, right? But when it continued to happen, I was like, okay.
No, she was genuine. And you can tell she was seeing it for the first time.
Right.
She was genuinely scared.
And it is, there are these elements in the movie that are so like off-putting. It's not scary, but it is something like it's as if it'll make you so uncomfortable. You want to get up and move away. It's like that.
This I felt more seeing it for the second time.
Yes.
Because now I know what is coming, and for some reason that was giving me even more of a build-up tension. I'm like, okay, can you just do it? Can you just do it? Can we just move on?
You're right. No, I was uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable when the first time he sees her freakiness.
Mm-hmm.
So he experiences it for the first time when they kiss, right?
Okay.
When
Yes.
what's her face? What's
Nikki.
the name of the Nikki? When Nikki actually comes out and she freaks out. Anyway, it's the second time when she's standing in the corner of the room. This man is sleeping and she is just looking at him. That whole scene is so uncomfortable because you can see that he is getting very uncomfortable. And then in the end, he has to shout and say, Nikki, can you stop?
For me, in that sequence of the scene,
Yeah.
I don't know why, the even scarier thing was when she tells him to sleep, he sleeps. Then she makes it, why can you not love me? Or something like that. She screams. And he looks up. She's not in the corner anymore.
Don't you love me?
And then the way she moves with the vase.
Oh, okay. So
that was where, for me at least, way freakier in that whole scene.
since we're getting into the scenes and everything, and we're talking about specific, instances in the movie, let's just go through the movie itself. So in the beginning of the movie, we see this guy, Michael Johnston.
Johnston, he plays Bear.
Plays Bear. He likes this girl who works in the same place as he does, and he doesn't know how to express it to her or say that he likes her, etc. They're close friends. And he's had like chances, various instances where he could have done that, but he's too much of a, I don't want to use the word,
scared.
He's too much
shy.
He's shy. He's too much in his head. And he thinks that if he says it, he will spoil whatever he does have.
Exactly. I was about to say, it's a normal emotion when especially when it's someone that is your friend.
Normal emotion, but exaggerated.
Yeah, of course. Everything is exaggerated in the movie.
But he also tends to behave like someone who is very short on confidence when it comes to women. He does like her, but I also felt at some point he wants her, but does not want to take that step to get her. That step meaning, take a chance, even if it results in a
put
rejection.
In the effort. He just wants the end result.
He just wants her to just fall in his arms, basically.
Which she kind of did.
Right. Then he finds out that Nikki has put in her 2 weeks notice and she's moving out because she wants to pursue something else, etc., yada, yada, yada. Cut to the day of her farewell. They have drinks and stuff. And then Nikki says, I want to go back home. He says, I'll drop you. By the way, in the middle of this, his cat has died. He hasn't shared that information with Nikki. He only does during the farewell drinks. Right?
No, to her. No, he says it to Sarah.
To her in the car.
At the bar. To Nikki, he says in the
car. Yeah. And then for the farewell gift, he gets her a one-wish willow. Now, what is a one-wish willow? A one-wish willow is a small box which has a willow tree bark inside, right? You take it out, right? And for some reason, when you take it out, there's some music that comes out. I don't know. I didn't get what that meant, or if there is a reason to it. You take it out, you only get one wish. You only get one wish.
So choose wisely.
Very wisely. And you make the wish, you say it out loud, and then you break the bark. Once you break the bark, as per the one wish willow, and whatever instructions are written there, that wish will come true. So, in his desperation to get this girl, he takes out the bar and breaks it and says, I wish Nikki would love me more than anything on this planet. And the wish comes true literally, like the literal words. I wish Nikki would love me more than anything on this planet. It goes...
It's a definition of be careful what you wish for.
Correct. Literal. It is very literal. And as soon as that happens, something like clicks in her brain, and she's at the doorstep of her house when he's dropping her. She just, stands there. Like something breaks. Then she turns and comes back to his car and then starts acting weird. And then from there, the roller coaster starts.
And you can see he's already getting freaked out just by that interaction by the car.
Right. Oh, okay. So let's take a pause. And this is what we were discussing earlier as well. She actually gives him lots of chances to come out and confess his love for her.
And down to the point that she's very direct.
Yeah.
Do you like me?
Right.
And he says, I think we have a great friendship. He's still very scared to be honest with her.
Yeah, I don't know why.
In that moment, when he does, I think we have a great friendship. I'm a girl. I'm 100%. I can say this.
Right.
Her reaction, there is slight disappointment, which shows you that if he had the courage, he actually had a chance with her. This whole thing could have been avoided.
Or she could have at least considered it.
Or at least consider it. Yeah, I mean, you never know. But maybe she would have been open to the idea. Okay, let's go out. Let's explore it.
So after watching the movie twice, this is what we were talking about yesterday. The one who was actually obsessed was not really Nikki, right? After the wish. It was him. It was his obsession for her which caused everything, right? And he was obsessed to the point that he was not ready to let her go even when she was in pain, which comes later in the movie.
That was the saddest point for me.
That was really, really sad.
That
yes.
scene.
Anyway, so this happens. I don't know, something switches, and there are theories going out there, like some other entity takes over her body, and then Nikki's soul goes into the background or something. And this entity is like, because of the wish, is programmed to just love this man. He takes her home. And all kinds of weirdness starts, right? The first night, she's sleeping in his bed. And she says, I'm not feeling comfortable, this, that, the other. What happens after that? I'm forgetting.
So the first night she spends in his house, she convinces him to essentially go back to his place, even that was not the plan from the beginning.
Yes.
She spends the night. That's the first, actually the second time that you see the real Nikki trying to push back in these freakouts of hers. When she jumps away from him, and this is the indication that there's an internal battle of the entity taking the control over, and Nikki also trying to.
So the first time that actually happens is at her doorstep.
Yeah, exactly.
Post the wish, right? When this entity who's taken over Nikki's body comes over to the car and starts talking to Bear. Like during the conversation, she like snaps out. And Nikki comes out and she's like, what is happening? Like, what am I doing? And that freaks him out. And then the new entity basically takes over her body again, sits in the car, slouches down, gives him some random excuse that her father is not well, and that's why she's down and she needs some company. Is this, that, the other. And let's go back to your place, and I want to find comfort in your arms, Bear, is what she expresses. Anyway, yeah.
So she spends the night. Then the next day, she is basically now trying to win him over. She makes him breakfast, and then for some reason, the cat's dead body. She tries to make like a shrine or an altar.
Yeah.
But my question is, how did she find the cat?
I don't know either.
Because he cleaned the whole thing up.
He did clean the. Yes.
But I don't think he.
Was it some other cat? Could be. I don't know.
It looked the same.
It did look the same. But she pretty much brings in a dead cat in the house. Creates like my wife said, creates like an altar in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. By the way.
Not sanitary.
Right. And says, I hope you like it. Something like that.
Yeah, like you're supposed to like it or no.
And he says, no, Nikki, this is not okay. This is not okay, Nikki. And then they go to, their workplace. They're working in a music shop. Mm-hmm. And then he confronts his friend saying, something absolutely brilliant happened. According to him, this is brilliant. And whilst he's talking to his friend, by the way, she's in the background staring at them. She cannot get her eyes off of Bear. That was freaky as for me. Pardon the French. That was so free. And when she's staring at him, she has this perpetual half smile. Like this. Like dead smile. All the time. It is so crazy.
She just didn't do it well.
She didn't do it well.
You know how many times I stared at you?
Obsession.
One. This movie should come with an additional disclaimer of, unless you are married, do not bring your partner. Because I will tell you something. My lovely husband, yesterday, watching the movie for the second time, and I know my husband so well. We've known each other for over a decade now. His reactions, I know exactly what it was. This wasn't him being scared or finding it too funny. He was giggling. He was giggling because some of the things that Nikki was doing, I would do. And I knew it exactly.
Obsession.
And it poked at him. And he leaned over at me. I was like, are you laughing because I'm doing some of these things on our day-to-day? He's like, yes. I said, I have the brain.
Yes. But when you do it, it's cute because we love each other, right? In that scenario, she did not love him. That poor girl was trapped. And she was made to do something that she did not want to do. Like, there are certain things in that movie that was so disturbing. Throughout one of the most disturbing things in the movie, I think the third act or something, where they end up going to their friend's house for some drinks and stuff. And, it's like, I think it's a game where you take out a Jenga block and whatever is written on it, you do it, right?
It's like a mix of Dare and Jenga.
Yeah. So she takes out a block and she doesn't read what's written on it. Just randomly stands up, starts reciting a short story that she's written. Throughout the movie, you'll realize that Nikki, as a person, before all of this happening, is also a writer. She wants to be a writer. So she stands up and starts reciting a story. This story is her rendition of the Hansel and Gretel fairy tale, right? I've heard it twice now. It is the most disturbing recitation of a short story reimagined by a crying soul that I've ever heard. It is disturbing because you realize that in reality, throughout the movie, you'll realize in reality, Nikki actually saw this guy, Bear. I dare even say.
Say it.
As her younger brother. My God.
So, to add to that, one of the interpretations that I found of the movie online, if you remember the scene in the restaurant when they're having their date. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when Ian calls Bear during their dinner and Bear steps aside to talk to him, if you remember, Ian says to Bear, how Sarah, the other girl in their group, told Ian that Nikki, a while back, described Bear as her little brother. So you have these...
It is so freaky.
When you really start connecting the whole thing, and then she does the whole... I'll be honest with you, the whole recital of the Hansel and Gretel, when we were watching the movie for the first time, I didn't fully understand it because she was a little bit quiet and there's no English subtitles. So for me, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. But the second time yesterday...
My God.
Jesus.
My God. Seriously.
Jesus.
My God.
And she does with the voices and the accent.
It's so disturbing. It was very disturbing. Very disturbing. My God. I cannot take it out. See, the visual instances were, okay, freaky, scary, etc. But when she recites, because there is so much conviction in her reciting it, and you start imagining whatever she's saying. Oh my, it is rough. So yeah, a number of things happen during the movie. One of these instances is so these guys are living together, right? Essentially. So she basically gate crashes his house and says, I'm gonna stay here for the rest of my life and you can't do anything about it. And they work at the same place as well. One fine day, he is working, she's not, right? And he wakes up, goes to the living room, says, I have to go to work. What are you going to do the whole day? She says, I'm going to miss you, this, that, the other. Maybe I come with you. He says, no, you take your day, chill, relax. And as he turns to the door, there's a shock on his face. And why is he shocked? Because the girl has duct taped the whole door. And not just lines, mind you. She has plastered the duct tape over the whole door. What?
She wants to spend the day with him.
And then something casually she says, oh yeah, now you can stay home.
No, he was trying to open the door. He was struggling.
Would you rather stay at home?
If you cannot, something in the sense, if you cannot open the door, you can just stay home.
My God.
But then he's also freakishly, trying to be too chill about it. He's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Have a nice day. Bye.
Because, baby, for him, she's the prize.
I understand.
No matter what happens, he is so desperate for her.
I understand.
Like I said, obsessed, right? He is so desperate to have her in her life that he is willing to throw out sanity, peace, all kinds of things just to have her in his life. It is that crazy.
But that's not even the weirdest thing from that scene. So as he leaves, she stood up to say bye to him. God. She's standing in the middle of the living room. He leaves. She smiles, in a very freaky way, and she freezes. As soon as he left the house, she froze.
Why? In that smile, by the way.
In that smile, yeah. Because her whole existence is at this point tied to him. If he's not there, she doesn't exist. Yeah. She doesn't function. Her life is on pause. Exactly. Yeah. And again, because there's so many clips now online because of the movie, and of course the entire team is doing interviews. So Nikki is played by Inde Naverette. I hope I'm saying it properly.
Wow.
Amazing.
She's done an amazing job.
I follow her on Instagram. I really like her. So she was explaining how for this scene...
Take a bow, man.
Kari Barker asked her, can you smile? So she smiled. And because he had this vision of her being... she needs to be creepy. So she smiled and he just kept telling her, okay, more. Until they reached that level. And I was like, okay, freeze. And stay like that.
Oh, wow.
So it was also him, pushing the boundary.
Curry's vision for this movie is absolutely genius.
Oh, I would love to see what else he does.
He's also the editor for the movie, by the way. Mm-hmm. He's edited the movie. So the choice of colors, right? The darkness of the frames, brilliant. Yeah. So continue. Yes.
So she stays like that, and because she's stay like that for the entire day. When he comes home,
baby, I missed this one thing.
Yes.
When he's leaving, right? He takes the bag with him. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, she gives him the lunchbox and everything.
No, that's what I was getting confused, whether that happened before or after.
No, that happens that morning. She gives him the lunchbox.
Okay, I got you.
That whole morning is after that freak during the night when she's watching him sleep and everything.
Right.
So as an apology, she made him a lunchbox. She gives him. He leaves.
Got you.
He comes back. She's in the same position. Now, mind you, let's say
by the way, baby, you have to share what happened. What was in the lunchbox? Yeah,
so these are all it's very tastefully done how Curry was very connecting the points from one scene to another. So during work, he's in the shift with Sarah. The other girl in the group is just the two of them. They're chatting. He's taking basically his lunch break. He opens the lunchbox. It's a sandwich. And there's a sticky note on it from Nikki that says, "For my little food critic." Because they were joking during their dinner what he wants to do and what his aspirations
are. That
was
on the post-it.
Exactly.
Right.
So he takes a bite of the sandwich. He's still talking to Sarah. And somehow Sarah gets a hold of the lunchbox. She's like, "What is this?" Because Nikki also left a couple of Polaroid pictures.
Yes.
This is again another attempt where the real Nikki comes through. Because on one of the post-it is a picture of two of them.
The first time you told me this, I couldn't relate. I wasn't in tune. And then you were like, "Look at this, watch this." Yeah.
Exactly, because the first the first Polaroid picture was just of Bear, and it says you. And then the other picture of the two of them, it says not me. So she's trying to give a message across that whoever you think this person is, it's not me. This is not me. So as he was looking at this picture, Sarah gets a hold of the box and the pictures and everything. And she's like, what is this? It's very strange. And then she took the sticky note and turns it around. And she's like, "So what is the verdict? Cat? ? So she reads it to Bear. He's like, "What?" She's like, "What does this mean? What is the verdict? Cat? ? That sentence is actually, again, referring back to their dinner, because when he jokingly said, "I want to be a food critic," she said, "Okay, so my little food critic, what is the verdict on bread?"
My God.
Now referencing what is the verdict on cat. And he looks at his box, he starts looking at the sandwich, and everyone comes to the realization that the sandwich is made from the freaking cat meat.
That was dead for a long, long time.
My question to my husband was, isn't this hasn't this meat gone bad?
And then, he starts puking and again, he wants her. He's not attracted to Nikki and her personality. He is lustful towards her. He wants that body, basically. Because no matter how bad the situation became during this whole time, no matter how bad, right? Like for example, in this instance, when he finds out it's the cat that he's eating for his lunch, and then he throws up, the other girl, Sarah, she asks him what happened. He says, "Inside joke." He's covering everything up just so that he can be with her.
Because he doesn't want to come down to the realization that essentially Nikki, the real Nikki, would not want to be with him. He's not desirable. So for my opinion it's not even that he wants Nikki physically. He built an illusion of Nikki, of who Nikki is and what Nikki wants.
Yeah.
And in his perfect world, Nikki is obsessed with him. Then this is why his wish to do one wish willow was framed in this way.
Moral of the story, boys. If you do like someone, go up to them and say that you like them. If they say yes, good. If they say no, do not linger. Right? There is no point. Okay? Move on. Move along. Because there will be someone else that you will find. Okay? That's the moral of the story. Don't end up being like Bear. Please. Okay. Yes.
And I think another moral of the story is just because you might think that someone is for you, they might not be. And that's okay.
And attraction, no, physical attraction is what starts it, right? That is the starting point. You're attracted to someone is attracted to you, fine, fair enough. But there are so many levels after that. Are you compatible in terms of your personality? Are you compatible in terms of how you spend, your time? Are you compatible in terms of how you like to spend your money? There's so many levels, and just thinking that, oh, I am in love, or whatever definition of love you want to put to this whole thing, is not going to get you there. So there is no point in just lingering around trying to see if you are going to get that certain someone. Boys and girls alike. Okay, so it's not just for guys, it's for girls as well. Be sure that you are your time is limited. Be sure that you are allocating it to the right person. If it does not happen, take it like a champ. Move along. Having regrets of not asking someone is really not asking someone out, or on a date, etc., can be very hurtful, right? But it is the right thing to do. That is what will make you have that tough outer layer, right? Things will not bother you. You have to do it more and more and more. It's like a muscle. You have to train it. Sorry, I don't know why I'm going on this serious rant, but I feel like it's important to share, especially in this day and age, given that certain things actually really happen, right? Maybe not because of a curse or something, but people do get obsessed, and it leads to something really traumatic for everyone.
No, so, you would hear cases that, and this goes both ways regardless. It's not diverted to one gender, saying correct. One gender is better than the other one, but that people will become aggressive, or they will now, then you start bad-mouthing the person and stuff. And sometimes, trust me, even that rejection, because it doesn't always have to be looked like that. No. You tried, didn't work out, fine. Can also actually be a positive experience.
Very good.
Years back, I had a date with a guy. We were through a friend. We were introduced. We went out on a date. Very nice person. Very respectful. We actually went for the movies. But I didn't feel anything more than that. He did ask me on a second date. And I still wanted to show him respect. He was very polite and everything. I said, look, I don't mind, but I don't think there's anything, going on. And I was not expecting him to blow up, or, when you hurt someone's ego, when people take it on their ego, then they lash out. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know how he was really going to react. I was actually pleasantly surprised. He said, you know what? Same for me. I was kind of thinking, maybe we just see it, but since you're already saying it, no worries. Thank you very much. It was nice meeting you. And that was it.
And that is called being healthy, right? That is there's a fine line between being a creep and being charming, especially for guys, right? And instead of going, so when you think of approaching a girl, this is how I used to do it. Instead of going all out, full machismo, right? Forcing your sphere of influence onto someone, and then, literally making them uncomfortable to a state that they have to say either a yes or a no, because sometimes that is how men operate. They want an answer, right? For me at least, and again, it is different for everyone, so I'm just sharing my experience of dating or approaching girls back in the day that I used to like, etc. You have to create a space of comfort first. Make sure that there is some kind of friendship going, right? You don't have to go to a point where you're actually friends. If you are, great, right? But there should be some level of comfort before you can even talk about going on a date or this or the other. And saying that you love someone, guys, especially for guys, and this is coming from a guy, don't be too desperate to convey or share your feelings of love very, very soon. Don't do that. Don't do that. It is a very big step. Girls take it the way girls think of love versus the way the guys think of love is very, very different. Love as a term for girls is massive. So when you say love, you're already getting to a very, very last point. And that word should be used in a sentence at a stage where you're absolutely freaking sure that this is the girl for you. You can like the girl, right? You can like each other's company, give each other time, spend time with each other, know each other, right? And then maybe if you feel like, oh, every time I look at this person, my whole world just changes, right? That's when you go and it has to happen repeatedly. It should be like, man, this girl, when I'm around her, it's amazing, right? I can't think of anyone else. She just completes me. Those are the things that needs to come in your mind before you actually say, you know what, baby, I love you. Not on the first meeting, oh, I love you. That is desperation. And you have to drop it. You have to, if
not
you
just
want
desperation, at least for me, it's unrealistic.
It's
that you develop feelings
no, but sometimes
of that level.
Sometimes guys think that if I use this word, the girl will become soft and she will agree with me.
Because again, it's the
that expectation is wrong.
It's the standards that are put out there. First of all, like the standard, that it should always be the guy who says it first.
That is true also.
Like, for example, but I remember my first ever boyfriend in my life when I was 18, 19, the first time I ever fall in love. I was the first one who said it to him. Yeah, culturally also it makes a difference, baby. But maybe it is still okay, maybe where you come from versus, from India, where I come from. You did for there, it's like...
No, at least back in the day, it wasn't the case. Oh. It was a very rare case where, a girl would be like, oh, I like you. Although it happened to me in school. I don't want to go into that story. What I was saying is, even if you've come to a point where in desperation you've said I love you to someone, right? To a girl, don't feel bad. Do not. If she says no. If she says yes, oh, there you go.
Well, see, at this point, once you said it, you cannot take it back.
Right. No, but if she says, oh, I love you as well, good for you. But there are, again, so many, directions that could... Anyway. But if she has said no, don't take it bad. Don't take it to your ego or your heart. It happens. Just say, I understand, you might have a different opinion. But I'm glad that I said it.
She has a different timeline.
Like I said, but just say, I'm glad I said it because I feel that for you. And
at least my intentions are clear.
And then just move along. Move along. Do not linger. That is the worst thing that you can do, because you are then like, you are putting yourself in a position where you are tied up to someone else who does not want you. And you might be giving up on other girls or other people who actually want you, right? That was my piece. I'm sorry. Long rant, but it's important, I think, because especially after looking at this, watching this movie twice, I was like, man, although it is, set up in fiction, and there's a element of curse, supernatural, this, that, the other, but the premise is quite simple and things that actually really happen. So yeah, rant finished.
Thank you for that. And this was Aditya's TED Talk. No. I fully agree with you. And yeah, I mean, right to the point. There's nothing more that I can elaborate on that. But yeah, this movie really, when you go down into the layers of it, really does connect to this environment that we have nowadays. And this brings to at least for me, the saddest point of the movie was when, again, it's nighttime. Nikki, again, a crazy night of Nikki's frantics, of the entity that is controlling her, and Bear gets a message from Sarah to meet him at this park that they used to all hang out. So he's leaving, and the real Nikki starts talking through and is begging Bear to basically end her life because she cannot take it anymore. She cannot fight this entity. I'm guessing she's realizing that it's taking full control, and this is the only way out.
So they're sleeping in the bed. He gets the message. He gets up and he's going out. And then he hears a voice. It's Nikki's voice. She says, it's actually me. It's not, this whatever has taken over. Because when you see her, she's actually sleeping, but only her mouth is moving. So Nikki is basically begging him to kill her because this is a torment for her.
Absolutely. And his response is it such a horrible idea to love me?
How can it be so bad?
Exactly. And this is where he could have actually stepped up, accepted that, again, even if Nikki liked him, you did not give her a chance. You basically are dictating.
Because imagine in that situation, what's happening is her psyche is taken over. Her body is literally being used. And it's a torment. For anyone, it would be a torment, be it a guy or a girl. If your body is being used against your wish.
And your consent.
Yeah, that's precisely what's happening. Because, they've consummated, they've had intimate relation by that time. And her psyche, the actual Nikki, actually doesn't want that. And it's like abuse day in and day out. And then him saying that, why would it be so bad being with me? It was.
And then her answer to him, but you're not with me. And he still ignores her
and just leaves.
And goes. So he's putting himself first. He's putting his obsession first, and his desire and this fixed idea that he created in his head. Instead of actually respecting her wishes and giving her the chance and the grace, to say what she wants, to honor what she wants.
Right.
So for me, that was the saddest point of the movie. But going back to the freaky parts of the movie, so we were talking about how he left for work and she's freezing in the position. He comes back.
Oh boy.
Now, mind you, let's say this is a shift of 8-10 hours, whatever. She hasn't moved.
She's standing right
She's
there.
Standing right at the same spot, in the same position and everything. But of course.
And she's like, Bear!
And she's covered in a lot of stuff because, of course, you have physiological needs that she wasn't taking care of. But one of the theories this is something that we were both getting confused. Okay, the bodily fluids, we know, physiological stuff that we all do on a daily basis. But she was covered, her mouth and everything was covered. It looks like vomit.
Right.
So there were discussions of, to you, it looked like maybe like...
I thought boils.
But the theory online is, because there was always a question, what has actually taken over Nikki? Is it a demon? Is it an entity? Is it? One of the theory is that it's the cat. The cat that died had taken over Nikki, and some people are speculating that the vomit on her chin is actually kibble.
No.
Cat food.
Way.
Yes.
But how? She vomited it out?
I guess she did eat while he was gone.
No, she did. She was standing there.
Or maybe before or something. I don't know. This is one of the theories.
I doubt.
Because some of the...
I think it's more demon than the cat.
Well, Kari Barker and Inde in one of the interviews are saying that it's not even a demon possession. It's basically, like you were saying, it's an entity based on Bear's desire.
It's created.
So it's an entity
that
reflecting...
Got you.
What Bear wants. Mm-hmm. So it's not a demon, it's not anything. But it's just funny to read some of the theories online because they're saying that Nikki's behavior, this obsession of following you around, wanting to sit in front of the bathroom when you're in there, watching you sleep, these are all cat-like behaviors.
Got you.
And even Nikki bringing the dead cat back into the kitchen. Cats do have this tendency of showing devotion. They would bring trophies to you.
Yes.
So that's why they're thinking that it's a cat. I don't think it's Sandy. I don't think it's Sandy.
I don't think.
Maybe the inspiration just came from it. This whole behavior. But I don't even think that... I'm not even fully convinced of that. I think what Kari and Inde did very well, because I think she was given a certain level of freedom to interpret Nikki in her own way, was these are all certain behaviors that all of us have experienced and the emotions. But of course, now you amplify, you put it literally on steroids. Mm-hmm. And this is it.
Yeah, so, I mean... all kinds of craziness happens throughout the movie, and we won't go into everything that has happened, but two things, and that'll conclude how the movie basically ends. So he, out of frustration, Bear then looks at the box, and behind the box there's like this customer care number. My God. That's what I'm saying. In parts, it's really funny.
No, really good dark humor.
Yeah, very dark. He calls the number and he's like, I made a wish and it's gone wrong. What should I do? The other person actually speaks like a customer care person.
I was about to say it.
They are like
Spot
that.
on.
They are like that. Like, they don't know how to, basically respond to your...
People in my country will understand it. It was a typical shalterusha.
Whatever that means.
When you know, you know.
Yeah, you're spot on. So he says this has happened, and the guy's like, okay, what do you want to do? He says, can I, undo it? Or can I, change it some way? So that, instead of loving me, she becomes my friend for the rest of my life. He says, cannot do that. Then he says, do you want to file a cancellation report? And he says, yes, I want to file a cancellation report. I'm sorry, you cannot do that.
We don't do that.
I mean,
Then why are you offering it to me?
Everyone's experience is the same.
He says it like, why are you even offering it then to me? I just wanted to verify what do you want from this?
And everyone's experience is the same with customer care, right? You would put in a request and they would say you can't do that. Then why did you ask in the first place?
Exactly.
Anyway, so he says, do you want to hear Nikki? And that's why I keep saying that it's like a demon possession. It's some other spirit that has taken over, because on the customer care call, he literally, I think he gives the phone to her or whatever. And wherever this customer customer care office is, and she's shouting and howling because she's in pain and agony. Anyway, so cut to the end, the conclusion of the movie. We won't share everything.
But before we do it, I have one interesting theory. Again, I don't know if it's true. Again, this is something I found online. Maybe Carrie Barker can comment on our video and tell us. So the scene when Bear meets Sarah and they're sitting in the car and talking, and then Nikki comes bashing the driver's window and starts bashing Sarah's head. What I found online, because the movie was low budget, correct? They were not using stunt doubles. So that scene of Nikki smashing with her head, that's actually, they're saying it's Inde Naverette, that she was wearing a helmet with a wig on top.
My God, that is commitment.
So I don't know if it's true. Maybe the guys from the movie can verify this for us. But if it is,
that is some commitment.
That's some bad stuff.
Yeah, that is commitment.
That is, yeah.
Oof.
Just wanted to share that interesting fact.
Thank you, baby. Anyway, so during the end of the movie, well, on that customer, by the way, going back to that customer care call, he says, how can I undo this? He says, just die. Like the whole thing.
How does it end? Well, while you're alive, she's going to be like this.
They're making it so casual. Yeah, just kill yourself. And that will release her from...
But even the guy at the crystal store.
Yes.
Oh, it's no biggie. Relax.
Yeah, just kill yourself.
Yeah, like it'd be so... There's so much worse things in the world.
It is so crazy.
Mind you, Bear is covered in blood.
Yes.
Like, duh.
Yeah. So, situations culminate to this, climactic scene where Bear reaches the house with another One Wish Willow, thinking that he can trick Nikki into making a wish, which will undo the whole thing. But she is at her crazy peak, right? My God, when he enters the house...
This is like a combination of Fatal Attraction meets I don't even know what exactly.
No, so he enters the house. He enters the house and he thinks that
dead bunny was nothing compared to this.
He enters the house and he thinks she must be there somewhere, but she's actually behind him, hiding behind the curtain, and then she does that creepy walk towards him. Anyway, so she's at her crazy peak, right? He thinks that he cannot control this anymore, so he takes her inside the bathroom and locks her inside.
No, he locks himself.
Oh yeah, sorry. He locks himself inside the bathroom, and she's banging, howling, like it, massive craziness. And then he realizes it's not gonna change. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse for not just him, but for people around him.
Well, people around started dying. So, I mean...
So he, accesses his grandma's pills. And this is the part where, again, it gets dark because he, consumes all those sleeping pills to basically kill himself. And then you hear a crack.
And you're like, ooh.
And then he changes, like his expression changes, everything changes. He has a smile on his face. And then he walks out and looks at her. He's looking at him.
Now he's obsessed.
Now, yeah,
with
because
her.
Nikki has made a wish that he starts loving her, sorry. And as they kiss, the effect of the pills start taking over and he collapses. He collapses in her arms, and then Nikki starts crying and crying and crying, and there's a gun there and she wants to kill herself. And as she is about to pull the trigger, the man passes away. Right? Bear passes away. And as soon as he passes away, that original wish that he had made gets undone. And Nikki's back. And
that switch, she did it so amazingly.
Along with the soundtrack, because there was a soundtrack going, and then they do this like woof,
Yes.
And then she's back.
By the way, that whole thing was improvised by Inde. So the original ending was not supposed to be like that.
Oh, really?
The original ending was supposed to be that somehow Nikki dies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then
I'm glad they didn't do that.
So they filmed it.
Okay.
That ending, they filmed it. Then Curry Barker says to Inde Naverette, look, let's do one more take. Let's do the alternate. But like, it's not scripted or anything, where she basically survives. So go ahead and do it. So that was her full improv of the entire thing. And he literally says, so what you're seeing is actually just her one take of doing that ending. And we just put it in the movie, and that's it.
Wow. Brilliant. Yeah, these guys, like, they were given freedom to do whatever they like to do, and creative freedom brought out some, genius work. Anyway, she snaps out of it. Nikki's back, and then she is in absolute agony and torment because, I don't know where she was. We don't know where she was. And she's in so much
partial relief. I'm back. But then again, now it's devastation of what is
seeing herself, Bear in her arms, dead.
Both friends.
The friend who had come over to their house, dead, like this devastation all around. And that's how the movie ends. My God. The first time we finished it, my wife said, I need a drink.
Oh yeah. I said it even after the second time.
It's
again, I was like, I need a shot.
It's a ride. It is a ride. You will enjoy it. It keeps you on the edge of the seat, literally, right?
Mind you, during the first time when we were watching, people were actually leaving the theater.
Yeah,
Some of them could not finish it.
It makes you very, very uncomfortable. Some of the things that they have shown make you like. There's a lot of shock value, yes, you get, and there's a lot of jump scares as well. But if you really look at what is happening, it makes you very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. The first time Nikki kisses Bear when she's possessed, and then she realizes, what am I doing? And she just jumps back, in shock. Yeah, I don't know. There are so many things that they've captured brilliantly. So kudos to the whole team. Curry Barker, take a bow. Inde, take a bow. Even Michael, you guys have brought out something really special in the theaters after a very long time.
Very long time.
And horror cinema in general nowadays is getting so much better. We've said that before as well. And this was another, crown jewel, I feel. All the millions that you're raking in, you deserve all of those. And like I said, this is, like we said in the beginning, this is the first time we went to the movies to watch the same movie twice. And we might as well go again. It was such a beautiful.
We might as well go again for sure. If it starts streaming on any of the platforms, we'll be watching it on repeat.
So they're saying I don't think they're going to put it out on streaming for some time.
Of course. Of course.
Because of the way it's performing.
No, and you shouldn't, man. Milk this. Milk it hard.
But yes, I would love to see what else Curry brings out, because his vision is really good. And all the best wishes to both Inde, Michael, and the whole team actually, because the way they brought out these characters was absolutely amazing. And yeah, parting words, my love.
Stay.
Oh my Lord, that scene is so freaking cool.
This is the equivalent of the videos on Instagram when you're sitting with your partner or whatever, and he stands up to leave. Where are you going? And I do that. So that was I think the exaggerated version of that.
Yeah.
No, amazing movie. Great casting. And again, I think you can see because maybe their expectations wasn't that it's gonna do that well in the box office. So again, they're very pressure free. Let's just do whatever we do and have fun with it.
And you can see that. Yeah.
So
nothing was made up. It was
there was no pressure.
Yeah, the acting was so natural. It was as if, a camera is just following along these people's lives.
Exactly.
Yeah. Amazingly done. So yeah, that is the show. Thank you for tuning in. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Put in your thoughts about the episode. What would you like to see more? Did you watch the movie?
What are your take on it?
What is your take on it? We would love to hear.
What is your favorite part of it?
Yeah. Do let us know. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.